Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope you're well. I want to take a second to remind you though that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Leo out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Remember, the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, you get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Leo? Leo. All right, Leo, you are starting out with the Ace of Cups. You have deception in the reverse. Now, that's the Tower in this particular deck. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So I do feel like there's some kind of a new beginning, or possibly somebody new, or a new beginning with somebody. But you may be afraid that this person is not being quite honest with you, quite clear. There's almost like this fear of deception that is involved with this. You could be dealing with somebody who has some toxic behaviors as well. There's definitely a lot of emotion involving this. However, there's fear of deception. I see that. Now, with the Tower card in the reverse, you likely had a Tower moment with this person in the past, and we see that this is likely to be a renewal. If not, you're trying to rebuild yourself after having gone through a Tower moment and perhaps have met someone. But your fear is that there is something about this situation that is not, it's not what it appears, all right? I also feel like with the Wheel of Fortune here that you may have had previous lifetimes with this person. There's something cyclical about this situation, and you're beginning to recognize that. And you would like to turn that wheel so that things now begin to go into a positive manner, but you feel this sense of unease that there's something here that's not quite what it appears, and so you're kind of holding that wheel back. Some of you could be also feeling like there is karma involved in this situation. So let me look at who's in your energy, because I'm seeing very clearly trying to rebuild something or trying to start something, but having a lot of misgivings about it. Show me who is in Leo's energy. Show me who is in Leo's energy. All right, that's a lot of cards, but I am inclined to take them. All right, so we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the Ace of Pentacles. I can tell you right off the bat, this person's money is not where it needs to be. We have entrapment. Now, entrapment would be the same as the Hangman in this particular deck. We have the Ten of Wands coming out with the Princess of Swords. Interesting. Okay. So, the person that's in your energy, again, I see this new beginning. They want this to be stable. They want this to be a solid new beginning, and they are putting the work into it. However, they are aware that they're not putting as much work into it as you are. There's definitely an imbalance that is here. I definitely see the new beginning, though, but it's not balanced. This person could be breadcrumbing you or prioritizing something over you. They're aware of it, though. It could be work or money that they're prioritizing, but because I do see that their money is not quite where they want it to be. And I do feel like they will talk to you about this, but only once the pressure builds up to a certain extent. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be that, but I do feel like they are having some kind of issues. There's a sense of waiting. There's a sense of waiting. They're waiting to balance things out. It's almost like this person is saying, yes, I want this new beginning. I want it to be solid. I want it to be a good new beginning, but I have to wait, either because of finances or you know, because they're prioritizing something else. And so they feel like they can't establish it on an equal footing with you right now. They are overwhelmed, I will tell you that. They do have a lot of people or a lot of responsibilities. A lot of people want something from them, or a lot of responsibilities. And I do feel like they are rather overwhelmed. And I do feel they will tell you that. They will tell you that. There's a part of this person that wants you to rescue them. Yeah. So let me see the energy between Leo and this person. They are going to begin to open up to you about the problems that they're experiencing. I feel like this person overworks. Why is the Eight of Wands? Okay, Eight of Wands reversed. Yeah, it's a blockage. It's a blockage that's here that, you know, it needs to be talked about. It needs to be discussed in order for change to happen. So I see this starting, but it's unequal because this person is prioritizing something else, something that's overwhelming them, something that is, you know, I feel like they may even be feeling that somebody that they are working with is not treating them fairly. They feel trapped in a situation. And this is overwhelming. It has something to do with work, it looks like. So this blockage has occurred between the two of you. It's not being discussed. And you feel that this person is being deceptive in some manner, venomous in a way. Let me see. Show me what's affecting this connection. The Four of Swords. Again, a lack of communication about this. And again, I'm getting that something here is not what it appears to be. Yeah. Something is not what it appears to be. There's healing, though, that does need to take place. And there's conversations that need to take place. And neither of you are approaching that. And this is what's blocking the connection. This person in your energy probably expects you to read their mind. They want you to come in and rescue them. They feel like, you know, there's things that they don't want to tell you. They don't want to open up to you about. This person may have a very difficult time communicating their emotions and feelings. And you, on the other hand, are like, no, we're trying to rebuild this, but something is off here, and I'm not sure what it is, but I don't want to be deceived in this situation either. So let me see the outcome. Nine of Swords in the reverse. Now that is positive, okay? So that's putting an end to the feelings of anxiety, overthinking, wondering what is taking place. There's a sense here of beginning to that, all of that stress beginning to ease. This is cyclical, though, in this relationship, it looks like. It looks like it's going to ease because this person is finally going to open up and begin to relate, you know, what's going on with them. Bottom of the deck is the Star card in the reverse. That's underlying energy. You could be feeling a little bit hopeless at times. There's also telling me that, you know, you could be closing your heart down because of that, because you feel like there, you know, you don't want to put your hope into something that's not going to last. And that makes a lot of sense. So I do feel, though, that there is definitely an imbalance here. And that imbalance is coming from the person that is, you know, that you're involved with. Now, you might be dealing with a Pisces. I don't really see anything else yet, but I'll call it when I see it. Don't worry too much about the signs, though, because we have all those in our, and sometimes we behave almost like another sign, even though it's not ours. All right, so let's see why the Ace of Cups is here for Leo. The Sun in reverse and the Knight of Wands reverse. I'm getting the same message. You feel like there's things that you don't know about, things that you can't see. You're throwing up your guard here. You're blocking this out. And there's definitely a lack of communication about this. It's making you unhappy. So here you have this new beginning in love, but you're very unhappy. And you may be trying to decide if this person is a player, you know, or if this is going to last. Is this just going to be like part of this cycle? Are they going to be in and out in your life? So I definitely feel that your guard is up here, Leo, and it's because there's something that you feel is venomous in this connection or toxic. Let me see, deception in the reverse. There are also things here that you don't want others to know. You're trying to rebuild this, but you're hiding things from others because you're worried about how they will view you or view the relationship. All right, so we have the Six of Swords in the reverse, and we have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you feel that this was a false offer. It's almost like you feel that this is not going to move forward because the offer was very small to begin with. And in addition to that, you feel like it's just brought you more chaos instead of peace. You feel deceived by this person. It's a sense of wanting to rebuild something. And, you know, this person made this offer to you. You decided to move into this offer and have this beginning. And instead of it bringing happiness and peace, it's brought unhappiness, a lack of communication, and a lot of chaos. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Let me see why the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. Four of Cups reversed. Three of Swords reversed, and the Eight of Swords reversed. You're tired of worrying about this. This is exhausting you emotionally. So I feel like you're looking back at the past. You're seeing cycles that have not resolved. You would like to heal it, but you're, you know, because you're realizing that there are cyclical things that have happened in this relationship in the past. That's what you're trying to heal from and free yourself from. You don't want to go through those same cycles all over again. You want to turn that wheel, heal the connection, get rid of all this stress. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Let me look at their energy, because quite a bit of energy came out. It's almost like Spirit knew that since they weren't talking, maybe Spirit's going to give you a insight into what's going on. All right, so let's see. Show me the energy for the person that is in Leo's energy. Show me the top energy. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups, we have the Four of Wands, and we have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So it looks like this person walked away from the connection at some point, and now they're coming back towards you. They're, you know, at some point this person felt like this was not the connection for them. They didn't want it. It wasn't what was making them happy. And then during the time apart, they realized that they you know, you were the person that they should be with. So we see the reconciliation, wanting the Ace of Pentacles, wanting it to be stable. But with the Four of Pentacles here, I feel like this is what they're waiting. They're waiting to level this connection up. Right now, it's not balanced. And it could be financially, they could be waiting for like a sum of money to come in. They could have experienced poverty at some point or a lack of money. So I do feel like this is somebody who works very, very hard. And that could be what they're prioritizing. Now, the Four of Wands is, you know, it's a reason for celebration. It's leveling up a connection. But they're feeling blocked from doing that. Yeah, they're feeling blocked from doing that. For some of you, this person could be in another connection that they've walked away from in order to reconcile with you. So take it as it resonates for you. But I will say that with regard to you, they want to level this connection up. They want stability. Stability to this person is extremely important. And I do feel like emotions for you are extremely important. And so there's a blockage between the two of you, and it's because of the imbalance with this person. So let me see entrapment. Okay, so we have the Ten of Wands, and we have the Two of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this person in your energy has a very difficult time talking about feelings and emotions. This person, like at the core of them, they want you, Leo, to come in and rescue them. That, you know, they see you as being somebody who is very gentle, very loving, very kind, but passive as well. So they are extremely overwhelmed. They've got the Ten of Wands twice. They don't do well with emotions. They don't do well with reaching out. They want you to be the one to reach out. And in their mind, that is, in their mind, they are saying, and I'm not saying it's true, but they're saying, you know what, I want Leo to reach out. I want Leo to understand that I have a difficult time expressing these emotions. I want Leo to fix this. I want Leo to be the one who comes in and eases these problems for me. They have a very hard time expressing their emotions in particular, but also just talking about issues and problems. And so that's where we see the lack of communication. And also that is contributing quite a bit to the imbalance that's here. Because I don't see that you're having difficulty expressing yourself. All right, so let me look at this bottom energy. I also feel like there's a problematic energy about the ending that occurred between the two of you when there was silence. Because there's a rebuilding energy. So the two of you had a break in the communication at some point. And I feel like, you know, they are having a difficult time getting back on the same page. Likely because you're seeing something cyclical that's happening here, and they're having a hard time breaking that. Let me see the bottom energy for the person in Leo's energy. They don't want this connection to end. In fact, they want stability. They want to grow the connection. Ace of Wands, the Devil in reverse, and the Page of Cups reverse. Yeah, so this person is going to finally come in and tell you, they're going to come in and say, look, there is nobody else that I want to be with. There could be, because I feel like you may feel they're interested in someone else. They're not. They're not. They're going to come in, they're going to speak truthfully. The Devil is in reverse, so this person does want to work things out with you, and they want to work on themselves. They don't want to be in a toxic energy, and that's what third-party energy would be. And they are very passionate about you. Like, you guys have the Ace of Cups, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. The thing that is lacking is the Ace of Swords, which is that communication, that clarity. And so I do feel like this person's coming through with the Knight of Swords in order to try to establish that. But I do feel that there is going to be a discussion, and this person's going to tell you, no, I'm not interested in someone else. I don't want to be in a toxic, you know, a toxic relationship where we're always at odds, where we're always, you know, dealing with problems, where we feel trapped, you know, in the connection. They're going to tell you that they want this connection. They're passionate about you. And I do feel like it's very difficult for this person to express themselves, you know, that in that deep of a manner. Let me see the energy between Leo and this person. You might be dealing with a Gemini, Capricorn. Show me the energy between Leo and this person. Ten of Pentacles reversed and the Three of Cups. Yeah, this person definitely want to reunite with you and to level this up. They want growth in the connection, and they want stability in the connection. But you feel like for some reason that this person, you know, may turn around and end the connection. I also feel like for some of you that there are, because you've been unhappy, or, you know, you perceive this person as in and out in your life, there are people who may be disapproving of this connection, and that could be affecting you as well. You definitely felt a deep sense of loss when this connection ended, and I do feel like you feel this person may not be loyal to you. So you're very focused on the ending, and that's keeping you in a stage of unhappiness, whereas this person is trying to focus on bringing this back together. They want to go out. They want to be, you know, happy. They want to do things together because their life is full of problems, and it looks like work related. And so when they're with you, they want happiness. They want happier times. Oh, bottom of the deck's that Ace of Cups again. Let me see why the Four of Swords is here. There's definitely healing that does need to take place, and it looks like from the past, from what broke you up to begin with. Okay, so we have the Ten of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups reversed, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy, and we have the Nine of Cups reversed. So, yeah, what's not being discussed is emotions, feelings. Yeah, I definitely see it. Now, be careful because this person can be a little bit emotionally manipulative. I definitely see that. But I also feel like they just have a hard time expressing themselves. They don't want to deal with problems, and they don't want to deal with somebody manipulating them. I also feel like there may have been somebody here, maybe during the time the two of you were apart, that this person was involved with. And I can tell you now that that ended. It was problematic for this person, if that is in your story, and they don't want to be with that person. It could have possibly been a water sign, but it doesn't have to have been. But I do feel like they don't want to talk about all of that. They really don't want to talk about feelings. I'm telling you, this person, they see emotions and feelings as something that ties them down for some reason. I don't know why. Now, in your energy, you just want to be happy. You want to talk. Yeah, so you want to talk so you can rebuild things, so you can work things out from the past. They don't want to. This is creating the blockage. They just want to be happy. They just want to go out. They want to do things. They feel like they deal with enough problems here, you know, outside of this connection, and they just want this connection to be fun. So you're kind of at odds about that. I can see it. And here's the thing is that you feel this person is shutting you down emotionally, and that is leaving you in chaos versus happiness. Some of you are questioning if someone else would make you happier. You don't say that to this person, but in your heart, you're questioning it. So let me look at your outcome. Show me the outcome for Leo. Show me the outcome for Leo. All right, so we have the Tower in reverse. We have the Hierophant in reverse. And we have the Death card. All right, so there's a transformation taking place. All right, and that transformation is going to definitely bring about big changes here. Now, the problem is that you're not allowing this wheel to turn, Leo. You're still very focused on the past, the ending, and there's a transformation trying to happen. So, but you're focused on something, and it may have to do with cyclical things within this connection. I do see this transformation is going to happen. I do see that the stress and the worry is going to end. However, with the Hierophant in the reverse, you're still focusing here on this ending. And some of you may be walking away in order to be with somebody new. Yeah, you may feel like this is just, it's done, it's over. You're tired of worrying about it. You're tired of, you know, trying to heal something that is so difficult to heal. So some of you are absolutely going to end this, and you may be moving towards somebody new that you've recently met. Others of you, though, I feel like this transformation is trying to happen, but it can't happen because you're so focused on the past that you're not allowing it. So, because remember, this blockage is on both sides, not just on yours. You're focused on the loss. They could be, you know, going out with friends or family. You know, their focus is on resolving problems that I do feel like are probably outside of this connection. So they just want happy times with you, and they don't want to deal with what took place, and that's not realistic. So you're both kind of blocking this, but you're blocking it because your focus is on what caused the ending. There has to be a little give on both sides to work this out. For that transformation to take place. Some of you are absolutely not going to do that. You're going to move on with someone else and just end this. Others of you, though, will. It's just going to take some time. Now, this person is going to let you know, regardless of which of those timelines you're on, whether you're ending it or whether you're resistant to allowing that wheel to turn. This person is going to come to you, and they are going to say, look, I don't want to be with someone else. You are the person I want to be with. All I want to do is repair this connection. I don't want this to end. I want us to be able to work things out. And here are the problems that I'm having. But I do feel like this person sincerely does want to work this out. I feel like you're dealing with somebody that has a hard time doing that. And they do have significant outside pressures that are outside of this connection. So if you do end this, they're definitely going to try to keep you, you know, in the relationship or get you back. And I don't see them with someone else. I do see them legitimately wanting this connection. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, which does indicate to me that you may be feeling hopeless about whether or not this can be worked out. It's also showing me that that there's a sense of needing to heal a broken contract. You feel that there was a contract that was broken here, and there is a need to heal that. And in order to do that, you have to open up your heart, which I can see is very difficult right now for both of you. So I'm going to pull an oracle card, and we'll see if there's any further guidance for Leo. You have number 12, and this card is called Victim Consciousness. So let's read that. Stop blaming others and take responsibility for what you are creating. It's easy to think that life is unfair and point a finger at others. If you hear yourself saying life is unfair, bad things always happen to me, I'm not good enough, nobody cares about me, why me, I can't do what I want to do, etc., then you're losing your power, nourishing your victim aspect and ascertaining your place in the victim club. Your inner victim can stop you from moving forward by creating dramas, making you judge others, telling you that you don't deserve better, and keeping you stuck in a financial rut. You need to build your internal confidence, self-worth, and courage. Get out of your comfort zone and work on expanding and growing in all areas of your life. The light side of the victim archetype is the victorious part, which can help you hold your power without getting angry and attacking others. It can also assist you to create healthy boundaries and act from a place of honesty, integrity, compassion, and love. All right. I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you have resonated with this, Leo, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Leo, know that you are loved, and namaste.